Hello there, Scorpio. Thank you for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast for the week of August 24th through the 30th. The first card that we have coming up for Monday is we have the Fool card in reverse. And the Fool card in reverse just says that on Monday we have some intuition, we have some gut feelings about a situation that we're dealing with. And those gut feelings or that intuition is telling us exactly how to handle that situation. But what we're getting from our gut feelings or our intuition is not necessarily logical, so it's hard to justify it up here for us. And it's hard to tell our friends about it and for them to justify it because it's not logical. And so what we're doing when the Fool card comes in reverse is we are actually sticking with the logical and ignoring that gut feeling or the intuition. So the beautiful thing about having a reading and seeing it ahead of time is that if this flows into you, if you feel this flowing into your life on Monday, and this is a general reading, so it won't apply to all Scorpios, but if you do feel it flowing into your life, then you have the heads up. You have the opportunity to head off that energy, and you have the opportunity to decide, no, I'm going to choose to follow my intuition. That's always the best thing to do, by the way. So that's the good thing about having readings ahead of time. We can change that energy. We can change how that card shows up. All right, so let's move on to Tuesday. Tuesday, what we have coming up is we have the Nine of Clubs. The Nine of Clubs tells me that we're going to be spending a significant amount of time Tuesday getting ready for something. This can be getting ready to go on a trip so we can be shopping, packing. This can be getting ready to launch a new project at work. So this can be getting our information together and getting some key tools in place. This can be getting ready for anything. But we're going to be spending a significant amount of time Tuesday getting ready for something. For those of us who are not actually expending physical energy getting ready, we are going to be expending a lot of thought energy getting ready for something on Tuesday. So basically, bottom line is preparing for something on Tuesday for us Scorpios. Now Wednesday, we have a decision coming up. We have the Two of Swords showing up, and that's telling me that there's going to be a decision that we need to make on Wednesday, and that what we're doing when this decision comes up is we're trying to be absolutely as fair as we possibly can about this decision. The trick is that we don't have all the information, and it feels like we already know. We're never going to have all the facts on this situation, so we're going to have to rely on our intuition. Which is okay. That's good for us. We're one of the signs that that's okay for, because most of us are pretty intuitive anyway. So we pretty much trust it, or we're at least learning to trust it. So that's what I see coming in Wednesday. We're going to have to make a decision that we won't have all the actual information on, and we will be relying on intuition to make that decision. Now Thursday, for us Scorpios, Queen of Clubs in reverse. And I feel like there's something that we've probably been working on. And on Thursday, we're kind of going through this, what good is this really? Who does this really help? Who does this really encourage? Why am I doing this? And we're kind of losing our inspiration on it. The gears are starting to slow down. We're not feeling as excited about doing this as we used to. And so Thursday, we may be just kind of going through this the motions on a project that we used to feel very inspired on. And I feel like we're also going to be really kind of questioning, do we want to keep doing this? Do we want to keep moving forward with this thing that originally we thought was so great? Or is it better if we just let it go? So I think we're going to be kind of going through those thought processes too on Thursday and coming up with the best answer for each of us as it applies in our own lives. Now, Friday, we have the Five of Coins in reverse. Now this is a good card to have in reverse. Five of Coins in reverse just tells me that there's something going on with your budget that's a positive thing. So you have a little bit more breathing room in your budget. Have you ever heard this saying, we're going to be tightening up the belt for a little while? That's kind of saying, okay, the budget's getting tight. We're going to be more careful about how we spend our money. Well, this is the opposite of that. This is when maybe something that you've been making payments on for a while, you've made the final payment. So now you have a little extra breathing space in that budget. Or maybe maybe you get a raise, and so you have a little extra breathing space in your budget. But there's something going on that just gives you a little bit more breathing space than what you had before in your budget, and that comes in on Friday. Maybe you get a bonus from work on Friday. All right, so Scorpios. What is Friday anyway? The 28th? Okay. So Scorpios, you have the Judgment card coming up on Saturday. This just means Saturday. This is another decision card. This is a card that says we're going to be making a decision. And when the Judgment card comes up, it's not just a decision that only impacts us. This is a decision that impacts us and other people that we're associated with. So this is a decision that it's really important to look at what are all the consequences of the different ways that I could handle this situation, and then decide what's best for everyone involved. So that's the kind of decision I see coming in for you on Saturday, Scorpios. And for a lot of you, it feels like a decision about social activities. So it feels like a decision about, let's see, should I visit the Royal Gorge, which is a tourist attraction, or should we go to Elitch Gardens? This is more of a group decision, maybe for the family, or maybe for a group of people that you're putting together, or whatever. It's something like that. It feels like very much like it's something about where to go as a group to have some fun and have some relaxation and do something interesting. That's pretty much what that decision feels like. Now, of course, I do want to remind you, this is a general reading, so not everything is going to apply to everyone, especially when I start getting specific information in like that. That makes me really nervous actually putting it on these really general videos, because the more specific I get, the fewer people that's going to apply to. So just realize that, not everybody is the decision going to be about that, but I do have the strong sensation of that type of decision coming in, so I feel like for a lot of you it will manifest that way. But there will be other ways that this decision that you make that impacts yourself and other people manifest on Saturday. Okay, so moving on. Sunday, we have the 10 of Cups showing up. Yay! This is one of everybody's probably 2 or 3 favorite cards, especially when it comes to love life. 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups, and the Lover's card. Everybody loves to see these coming up. And basically, this doesn't have to be talking about love life. Usually it does, but not always. But this does talk about feelings, and so many times it does have to do with relationships in general. So basically what this card is saying is that on Sunday, you have a relationship that is moving forward to the next level. Now, if this is love life, this can be, maybe you've been seeing somebody sort of casually, now you're moving to a committed relationship with that person. Or maybe you're going from committed to moving into the same home, or getting married, or getting engaged. So that would be examples in a romantic relationship. But if it's in a friendship, maybe this is talking about a relationship where you just see somebody casually, you don't really schedule running into them, but you bump into them and you enjoy their company. And so now, like, that relationship is going to the next level. So now maybe you're planning on doing some kind of social thing together. Maybe you're going to go for a hike together, or maybe you're going to get together and do crafts together, or maybe you have some hobby, RC cars, and you're getting together to do those together, or something like that. So that can be an example of a friendship relationship going to the next level. You can have a family relationship that goes to the next level, like somebody in the family that you've never really paid that much attention to, and now you realize, wow, we actually have a lot in common. I would like to hang out with them, and starting to hang out with them. That would be an example of a family relationship going to the next level. So when you see the 10 of Cups cards come up for you on Sunday, of course, everybody wants that romantic relationship going to the next level, but please keep your mind open to the fact that this may be talking about a different type of relationship in your life. And I feel like for a lot of us, it really actually is Scorpios talking about something besides the romantic relationships. Not saying that some of you won't have it manifest in your romantic relationship, but I feel like the majority of us are going to have this actually manifesting in other types of relationships in our lives right now. Okay? So that is your week, Scorpios. I do want to thank everybody for stopping by and for spending their time with me. Thank you for liking, for sharing, for subscribing. Those of you who have already had readings with me, thank you so much. And those of you who still will, thank you ahead of time. I appreciate all the wonderful support that everybody out there gives me. Thank you so, so, so much. Everyone have a fantastic week. I will see you back here next time. Peace out.